There are not many people out there that don't like chocolate, including myself. So when I know Trish is in the kitchen, I know we're going to be cooking a scrumptious chocolate dessert. Today, I see white chocolate. What are we cooking?
We're making a delicious white chocolate cheesecake.
We all love cheesecake, don't we?
We do. It's everyone's favourite, and a white chocolate one is a little bit different.
Fantastic. Well, let's get started. Melting white chocolate. I always find it a little bit trickier than darkened milk.
Well, look, as far as I'm concerned, all chocolate needs to be treated with care. We're going to melt the whole baking block here, and it's 200 grams, and the whole lot's going to go into a bowl here over simmering water. The reason why you do this is just to allow the chocolate to melt slowly so that well, it's easy enough to burn it, that's for sure, but if it gets overheated, it can seize as well. So you need to take a little bit of extra care.
So while that's melting away and you're carefully keeping an eye on that, can I start with the base for
Yes,
you?
please. It's a really simple base, just using ground plain biscuits.
So we've just crushed it.
So it's about 1.25 cups. So you can do that in a food processor, or if you don't have a food processor, then just put it into a bag and seal it and bash it down.
Yeah, I get my big wooden rolling pin and just give it a good whack.
Yeah, it's kind
Let
of
all those frustrations out.
Well, it's a good one for those little fingers that want to lick the bowl later. It's a job for them to do in the meantime.
Exactly. So we've got some butter here. Would you like me to mix that through
please.
the biscuits?
Yeah.
And so these are just any type of biscuit we can use.
They're
for
just
this?
plain biscuits. You can add, other ingredients to alter the flavour. Sometimes you can put things in like a little bit of cinnamon or different spices, or take a proportion of the biscuits out. Like if it's 1.25 cups, you could take out 1/4 cup of the biscuits and maybe replace it with some chopped almonds or
that would be
pistachios or hazelnuts.
Hazelnuts, yeah.
Even coconut's a good one as well. That works really well there
Great
too.
option.
Okay, well this is looking nicely melted now, so I've turned the heat off and I'll just allow that to sit there. What we need to go on with now is to actually put the base into the springform pan.
Okay, so we've just greased that.
Yeah, I think, even though it's non-stick, it's nice to have an insurance policy.
Nothing worse than trying to turn out the
Well,
cheesecake.
you know what, you don't want to go to all that trouble and have it stuck there. I mean, cheesecake's pretty forgiving, can I say? You can usually smooth out the edges nicely.
And I guess when you're doing it at this stage, the crucial point here is just making sure you press it down, even just get your hands in there.
I would say now it's probably better to go over to a metal spoon, because that helps you can really press that down. Some people like to use like a bottom of a little cup. That helps to press it down really nicely too. But I think, for presentation, when you serve it, you want to make sure that base is nice and even and pressed down really well too.
Great.
Okay, now that needs to go into the fridge to set before we put the filling on top.
Fantastic. I'll put that in the
That
fridge.
won't take long.
All right, next step.
Okay, the filling. So we have some Philadelphia cream cheese, which has been well softened. I find the best thing to do with that is to chop the blocks up into rough chunks, put them into the microwave, 30 seconds for each block, and that'll soften it down. There we go, 3/4 cup of caster sugar. And we need to just whip that up till it's nice and smooth.
All right, well, shall I start that now?
Yes, please.
Great.
Okay, so while I'm zesting the rest of this lemon, Justine, can you put a couple of teaspoons of gelatine into that 1/4 cup of water?
Okay, so 1, 2.
Yes, please, and just stir it through, and then we can put it into the microwave for around about 30 seconds, and that will help to dissolve it. Otherwise, you can put the gelatine into boiling water. 30 seconds should be enough.
Great, we'll wait for that.
Okay.
Got that lemon zest
So
ready to go.
I've used the microplane there just so that you get the very outside of the lemon.
Measured perfectly,
Oh, well,
as usual.
Pop it in.
So we'll give that another,
We can just
another
push
mix.
that through, and then once the gelatine comes out, we can just stir that through too.
Great. Turn that off for you. Okay, so we're taking this off the mixer. There we are, look at that.
Beautiful.
Nice and glossy.
Okay, I've got some softly whipped cream, and then we've got the chocolate here as well, which I need to take off the heat.
You can see it's extremely fast to do.
Absolutely.
As long as you measure everything out, like Trish always says, measure everything out, then where you get the perfect cheesecake.
Absolutely. Look, cheesecake's one of the easiest kinds of desserts to make, really, and the best thing is they're even better if they're made the day before.
And you like me to put that cream straight in there?
Yes, please.
Great. So in with the
There we go.
the cream.
Perfect. And softly whipping that cream before you start just gives a little extra lightness to the mixture.
All right, what's the next step?
We just need to put it into the base and then we're ready to go.
So we had that in there just for a little while and you can see that it's nice and firm.
Yeah.
Again, evenly.
That
Perfect job I did there.
Well done, Justine.
So that just pops straight in there. Oh, yum. Could you put, if you wanted to, put berries through this?
Absolutely. You'll find on the website there's a number of variations of cheesecake that you can
Look at that.
go
perfect
crazy with.
I'm going to have to lick the bowl here just
Okay.
to have a taste,
All right,
Trish.
just make sure it's safe. Delicious.
I love it. So now, what do we do?
Into the refrigerator. It's going to take at least a couple of hours to set. Usually in our recipes we'll say a couple of hours or overnight, and that'll be beautiful and firm for us to decorate a little bit later.
Great. Well, I'll pop that in the fridge. We'll wait for it to chill, demold, and I guess we can start decorating it.
That's it. Awesome.
Trish, we've been waiting patiently. The cheesecake is finally chilled. And you
Beautiful.
can see nice glistening to it. Now it's the moment of truth.
That's right.
Garnishing, taking it out of the mold. Very serious, aren't we? No.
That's right. Well, this is a chilled cheesecake, so usually I would just lightly spray the tin with oil before we put the mixture in.
Yeah.
If you were doing a baked, you'd probably line it. I think that's the best insurance
Right.
policy there. So we just need to loosen that off.
That was almost too
Off you
easy.
come. It was. Very easy.
And how are we going to finish this one off?
All right, well, I just thought for something different today, rather than decorating it with fresh fruit, which always looks fantastic, but I just thought, what we might do is to actually use a bit of a stencil and use some of the Cadbury Bourneville cocoa over the top. So this is a stencil that we've had a little while in the kitchens, and I actually think it's great just for something a bit different. So what we need to do, you've got the cocoa there, and I'm going to put the stencil, get as close to it as you can.
And there's a reason why you get close, isn't it? 'Cause
Well, if you stay too far away, the cocoa tends to sort of fly away and the pattern's not as
yeah, it sort of
defined.
smudges, doesn't it? You don't want that. All right, how's that more?
Beautiful.
A
I
little
think
bit
that's
more?
probably...
Yeah.
Oh, just a little bit over here, over near
Missed a
close
spot.
to me, yeah. OK, so
And
there you
wow,
go.
look at that.
Look how pretty that is. All right, now we need to take this off the base. It's not really kosher to put the cheesecake base onto your serving plate, so you do
Right.
need to take that off. It should be quite firm enough for you to be able to pick it up and move it over.
It's very easy.
There you go. If you like, you can put the berries on, as you saw on the package, but I kind of like that. Looks a bit dressed up and special.
No, two-tone cheesecake, looks fantastic. It is going to taste delicious, which is the most
course.
important. And you know what? Next time I do a dinner party, I'm going to do that because I love the way that we can make it ahead of time. Forget about it.
Absolutely.
Forget about the dessert component. All you have to do is bring it to the table. Everyone can enjoy.
Delicious.